Hello everyone and welcome to GoldenNova's First Reacts, where I react first to all the things that you want to see reacted to first, as long as I'm the first person you come to react to things first. Phantom Revengers has dropped its final archetype, Killer Toon. We've seen giant handy creatures and giant machines that are apparently allegories slash references to a way you can map out human emotion. I don't know. Both of them have been pretty cool. Let's see if Killer Toon can carry that tune through to the end. We're going to start with Killer Toon Mix, a level 2 Wind Warrior tuner monster with 100 attack and 2000 defense. If this card on the field would be used as synchro material, a tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other material. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Killer Toon monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except a level 2 monster. And if this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Not upset to see some removal on there. And it's a searcher for everything that's not itself. And it uses a tuner in the hand, but it's also a tuner. That's not terrible. We might see some like weird synchro formulas going on here, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. What's less nifty is the fact that we have Killer Toon Clip, which is also a level 2 monster, which means that Mix doesn't actually search us everything. Interesting. Maybe a lot of them will search stuff? Let's take a look. It's a level 2 Dark Thunder Tuner monster, 800 attack, 1000 defense. These are Squire stats. You know, it's not Monarchs, but it's part of it. If this card on the field will be used as synchro material, a tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other material. Okay. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. First up, during your opponent's main phase, as a quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon one tuner. So they didn't want to say one tuner synchro monster, just one tuner. Okay. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can banish one random face-down card from your opponent's extra deck. Not until the end of the turn, just forever. Oh, so just incidentally you can randomly just kick someone's entire deck out from under them if they have to play singles. Okay, that's nutty. Killer Toon Rico. This one's like recording or something. Level 3 Fire Fate. Level 3 Fate monster! It's a shame about the tour guide text. Level 3 Fiend Tuner, 1500 attack, 800 defense. If this card on the field would be used as synchro material, a tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other materials, so that's a thing that they all share. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Killer Toon monster from your deck to your hand, except a level 3 one. Okay, so the 2s can get 3 and the 3s can get 2, so they kind of rotate around. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can target a spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. Okay. So we have back row removal, we have extra deck shredding, and we have monster removal. So a lot of removal going on here. How does this work? So Killer Toon Track Maker. It is a light machine synchro tuner monster that's level 4 with 0 attack and 2500 defense. It requires a Killer Toon and one or more tuner monsters, so it's all tuners. You can only use tuners for this. That's so funny. If this card on the field would be used as synchro material, a tuner in your hand can be used as... Oh, so we didn't stop with this. We can just keep doing that. Oh, okay. I guess this is also why they don't want you grabbing a level 2 with a level 2, because then you just immediately sink into this one. If this card is special summoned, you can add a Killer Toon card from your deck to your hand, so get that squared away. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can return one card your opponent controls to the hand. It's a bounce. So we're just setting up synchro climbs here with infinite tuners. Okay, this is a level 5 synchro monster, Killer Toon Remix, Dark Warrior synchro tuner monster with 1500 attack and 2000 defense. Requires Killer Toon Mix specifically and one or more tuners. And so that is... oh, that's not... Oh, I thought it would be the last synchro in the pile. Wait a second, which one was Mix again? Mix was the first one. Okay, so you summon Mix. Mix add to the level 3 monster. You can use both of them as the material, because that was a level 5 monster. They both trigger their effects, so you get to pop a monster and a back row by making that, and you can do that if you get either of those. Okay, that's kind of good. And then it gains 1500 attack while your opponent has a tuner on their field or in their grip. Why? Why? Okay, just gonna hold off on just hold off a bit. During your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you contribute this card, take 2 non-synchro tuners from your graveyard, add 1 to your hand, and if you do special summon the other one, then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon 1 tuner. So you get rid of this, take any 2 tuners, doesn't matter what, just 2 tuners, 1 hand, 1 on the field, which sets up our other killer tune monsters, and then they do synchro. So they can essentially tag out between their synchros, probably to do this thing, Killer Tune Red Seal, which does require Rico, who's level 3. So yeah, both of these are level 5, so you can kind of swap between the 2 of them. 1700 attack, 2400 defense, gains 300 attack for each tuner in your graveyard. Now that's one I can get behind. The levels of monsters your opponent controls with 1700 or less original attack are increased by 1. During the main phase, as a quick effect, you can banish 1 tuner from your graveyard, then target a face-up card your opponent controls and negate its effects until the end of the turn. So it's quick negation. That's pretty cool. It gets big. It kind of like chews up some of its attack power by doing that. What's up with this though? What's this doing here? So if they're small and they're a monster that has a level, they gain we are increasing their level. Killer Tune Loudness War, level 6 light machine synchro tuner monster requiring not generic materials, a tuner plus 1 or more. So they couldn't just put 2+ tuner. They had to put a tuner plus 1 or more tuners. That's so funny. Okay. Other tuners you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. But that's other tuners, not this one. When your opponent activates a card or effect as a quick effect, you can banish a Killer Tune monster from your graveyard to apply its effects that activate if sent to the graveyard as synchro material. Okay, and so we've established currently that we've got, what, the monster removal, the spell and trap removal, and the extra deck shred. Okay, sure, I guess. Killer Tune Synchro. Quick play spell card. You can only activate 2 cards with the same twice per turn. You cannot special summon for the rest of the turn after this card resolves except tuners. Also, add a Killer Tune card from your deck to your hand except a copy of this card. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon a tuner. Okay, so a quick tune with a search, and because we can tune with cards in our hand, that kind of helps put that together. Okay. Juke Joint Killer Tune. You can only use the 3rd effect of this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can normal summon a tuner in addition to your normal summoner set, and you can only gain this effect once per turn. Okay, so we have a double attacker. Killer Tune Loudness Wars that you control gain 3300 attack while your opponent has a tuner on their field or in their graveyard. Why do we care about that? How can we ensure that that's the case? Like, giving our opponent a tuner, that's one thing, but like making sure they have it in their graveyard, like what? So we can essentially punish certain decks that mainline tuners, heaven forbid the mirror match. And then what? The other half of the time you have to bend over backwards to make that effect apply? What's going on here? You contribute a tuner, add to your hand or special summon a Killer Tune monster from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except tuner monsters. Killer Tune Playlist. You can only activate 2 cards with this card's name per turn. We're really leaning into those twice per turns, huh? Target a Killer Tune monster that you control or in your graveyard. Apply these effects in sequence. Also, you can't special summon for the rest of the turn after this card resolves except for tuners. Apply this effect that activates sent to the graveyard as synchro material or return it to the hand. Oh, it's in sequence, so you get both of them. So you hit him with the effect, and then you get to have it back. That's pretty cool. I like that. Reprints are Fleur Synchron, Ghost Bell, Stone Sweeper, Synchro Overtake. Oh, I guess we do name some monsters in our Synchro monsters, so we can just summon Rico and mix. That does make it infinitely better that we can do that, actually. Okay, so the tuner dynamic since synchros were made has always been kind of weird, right? If you look at any other summon mechanic, none of them need a monster with a particular ability to summon. You know, fusions are just whatever kind of monsters you have lying around. Xyz are any two at the same level. Link monsters are whatever you want them to be. So tuners have always had this weird place in the game where they're a necessity for a summon mechanic and not their own kind of deck. Now, they've been aesthetically consistent ever since. There are tons of cards that are synchro oriented that use like the idea of sound because, you know, you're tuning something. And so this is kind of like the natural extension of that. But what are we looking at here? A deck that's all tuners, or is trying to be as tuner as trying to do as much tuner stuff as possible. I think what we're going to be seeing here is a lot of, like, well, I want to say we would see a lot of things that let you do double tuning stuff. Like there's things like some of the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend cards, or even Crystron, Quarry, and Gandrix. That requires you to use 2 or more tuners and a non-tuner's material. But we have so many cards that keep us locked into only summoning tuners. Yeah, I don't know. If I was reading, like, if these boss monsters were crushing the competition, I'd be singing a different tune here. But these cards just seem fine. Especially because a number of them are looking for our opponent to also be on synchro nonsense to boost our numbers. So, like, you're kind of like, if this gets good, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot a bit by playing them, because now you've given your opponent a tuner in your graveyard to boost their cards. Killer Tune Remix turns into this 3,000 attack monster that can just punch you out of nowhere. And then you can just tag into a different tuner monster. And another problem here is that we don't like... What am I trying to say here? The problem here is that tuners have, up till this point, very largely have been subservient to other monsters in the deck to make those decks work. They were never made to be the center point of a deck. So these ones are obviously different because they're made specifically for this in mind. But I'm having trouble thinking of any other synchro tuner monster whose express intent is not to be used as material to facilitate some kind of synchro summon. And we didn't see anything in here that gave our opponent a tuner monster. Nothing here said, special summon a killer tune monster to your opponent's side of the field. Unless I missed something, I have no clue what this is supposed to be about. Like, it messes with levels, so it messes with, like, Synchro and Xyz stuff. But it doesn't do it in a way that I find satisfactory. Like, there's a part of me that wants to say that I haven't seen what this deck is capable of yet. That I'm looking, like, I'm judging a book by its cover, that there's just too many hurdles in its way, and that there's some kind of special secret sauce hiding underneath. And, like, the field spell is pretty good. It takes your tuner monsters and turns them into on-theme monsters. You get extra summons of tuner monsters, so, like, you can go level 2, search level 3, normal summon level 3, get the other level 2 to help facilitate your, like, combo line, so that's pretty nifty. None of these searched... There was things that searched cards, right? This searches monsters. This is a quick sync. So you could do some of this stuff during your opponent's turn. That's very funny. Or your opponent's turn 0. It's the level 2, it's the level 4 monster that searches us our field spell. So this is how we're going to get our hands on it. But this is an awkward thing, right? Because the 2s can't search each other. So you need to already have them available, or have the field spell that gets you through all 3 of them to get to Trackmaker. I don't know. It's a cool concept, but I still feel like they haven't really gone through with it. Like, it's cool. I'm not even at a point where I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh, this is cool. It's a shame that it's not going to be powerful. I'm just not even saying, like, this is a cool... It's not a realized cool thing. It's a cool idea, but I don't know if it's a cool deck yet. I don't know. This is unfortunate. The other 2 ones I was really sold on. I think they have some really good applications. This one feels... I don't know. It feels like it's too in its own sauce to be functional. But I've spent like easily half of this video ragging on these cards. So I'm gonna stop there. I've said my piece. I don't think I can explore it any further now. I want to hear what you all have to say. Do you have any thoughts on this? If I missed something, is there some deep-seated piece of knowledge, this jewel that I am missing out on that these help to unlock? Is there some play style? I mean, I'm desperate to know what it is, because I desperately need to know if this theme is good, because the other 2 were such hits. It's so weird to see that these 2 just aren't hitting the mark. But that's why I'm tapping you for information. Let me know down below. I want to hear your ideas. I want to hear your thoughts, your wishes, your hopes, all that good stuff. And while you're over there, you know, if you haven't subscribed or anything, you know, I would like the number. We're getting pretty close to 70K, and I would like to do the Code Talker? Yeah, Code Talker Yusaku Explained for the 70,000 special, so you can help with that if you haven't already. Hey, I was going to close out the video, but I forgot that I pulled up a whole separate page of something that I was planning to look at. I saw that it was released yesterday, but it is a new TCG exclusive coming out of the Megatons. I know there's a lot to complain about them, and I'm not going to defend them, rather, but I'm going to take a look at cool new cards. So let's go ahead and take a gander at Queen of the Blazing Domain. Domain! They said the name! Oh, they're looking fresh as hell. Oh, that's sick. Okay, level 9 Dark Pyro monster, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. Love the stat line. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card is in your hand, you can target up to 2 cards you control, including a face-up spell or trap card, and destroy them. And if you do, special summon this card. If you destroyed 1 card, return this card to the hand during the end phase of the next turn. Or if you destroyed 2, this card gains this effect instead. Any monster sent from the field to your opponent's graveyard is banished instead. Oh, that's good. So I didn't know what this did, but I couldn't help but notice people were saying that this was Ashen Support, and I'm not going to say no. It destroys Obsidian, so it gets you that, and you can like pop things like the continuous trap card that does fusion summons for you after you've used it. And you only have to destroy 1 face-up spell or trap card. You can destroy any other thing that you control to pop it too. So as long as you get that one thing under control, that's good. And then it is a Macrocosmos. This is not a, if this monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, it is just sent to the grave. They are... An effect like that is playable in more than just Ashen, for sure. Does it line up with certain other game plans? Probably not. You might not even be a deck that plays a lot of face-up spell and trap cards. But if you can make it work, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't play this. It's got an excellent stat line, easy to bring out, and if you want to continuously destroy your back row, if that is something that your deck likes to do, it resets itself, not even at the end phase of the next turn. So you still get to keep the 3,000 body all the time. That's... Oh, that's good. I wonder if this is good in generators too, right? Like, you wouldn't want to pop the field spell or runic if you're playing a runic variant of it. But there's got to be some other, like, spell cards that are like, I think, like Boss Rush or there's a continuous spell card, I believe. That would be good to pop. Then you can just pop one of the. You can't. Some of this is a quick effect, right? You can't. So you can't pop the tokens because you're not going to have them. Oh, there's got to be something you can do with that. Anyway, this card's nutty. This card has me more excited than any of those Killer Toon ones were. This is sick. And once again, design, mwah, mwah. All right, cool. So that about does it. All of your thoughts, ideas, Killer Toons, stuff to do with Queen of the Blazing Domain, and yeah. Until the next time, Konami drops some juicy spoilers. I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye. Today's episode is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Get the sleeves as strong as dragon scales and save 5% on your order by using the coupon code GoldenNova at checkout while helping out the channel. It was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commander, Upstairs Media, Nebula Navigators, 3rd Dynasty, 50 Gigabytes, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Ancient Wizard, Andrew Newman, Battle Axe, Kane Senpai, Chibi Gohan, Christopher Fuss, Clockswork, Comrade Cumberbottom, Eric, Frankie, Garland Chaos, Green Knight, Great Big Pillock, Groog, Hairbear, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Iron Zero, Iskander 711, Carp, Marion James E. Picata, Meme King, Millennia Asta, Muse Clark, Neon Yaminair, Orozco 09096, Panther J, Pat Boos, Rebel King Lucifer, Red Eyes Jackalow, RJ the Jank Monarch, Sonic 21 Blast, the Critic of Innocence, Thievery Coast and the Wizard Moose, Cosmic Crusaders Ally Vatnia, Animasta, Anthrak, a Random Pup, Blitzwolf, Chaz Ghost, Christopher Fuss, again, Chris B, Cool Trainer Dark, Dr. Entity RIP, EB Channel, Eki Bullock, Eva Padilla, Herbal D, Inblink, Julian Marquez, Kale the Dragon, Lobomaru02, Manga Pages, Natiel Lee Alexander, Nitromo, Not Al Gore, Obsidian, Pombo, Rhyme Kairos, Shizuka Nijimura, Simic Toadstool, Sir Knight JCB, Sphilia, Stephen Huntsman, Stephen Williamson, The Legendary Raven, The Phantom Knights of Shitted Pants, The Queen of Time, The Gene, Tiger X2476, Tristan O'Meara and Zaldrucka, as well as all the lovely Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, get my videos early, be a part of these credits and other awesome perks, it would mean the world to me if you would check out the link to my Patreon in the description or consider joining as a YouTube member.